What's up, weirdos? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button because today we're starting a new series and I am covering my first franchise. As you saw in the title, it's Scream. Now, why did I choose Scream as my first franchise to cover? There's a few reasons. One, there's only 4 movies and I've never done this before. 2, I was born in the 90s, so duh. And 3, Scream was the first franchise I was ever like super duper obsessed with, so it just seems like a good place to start. Now, this first video obviously going to be a ranking video, and then we're going to move on to reviews, some special extra videos, you'll see it all. But before we get into the ranking, I thought we should do some learning. Kevin Williamson wrote the script for Scream in 3 days after freaking himself out in his own home. He was watching Barbara Walters on TV, and she was covering the Gainesville Ripper. So if you don't know, Danny Rowling was a serial killer who brutally murdered 5 students in Gainesville, Florida in 1990. I wouldn't recommend Googling it unless you're a murderina or you have a very strong stomach. Kevin was so scared he grabbed a knife from his kitchen, called his friend on the phone for support, and they ended up talking about scary movies, which is how the first scene in Scream was born. By the way, this is Kevin Williamson's first script and it's like freaking amazing. There was immediately-ish a bidding war for this script and it was bought by Dimension, which was then owned by Miramax, and they bought it for like $400,000. Horror movies had sort of been slow for a while and the studio thought this was the script that could revive the genre, and I'm saying they're right. They got the great Wes Craven to direct it, and he was sort of the perfect guy because he could keep the horror stuff intact while also letting all the comedy shine. Now, what about that iconic Scream mask we all love? They actually found it on the ground while they were location scouting. It was just a cheapy mask from some Halloween store, and as soon as they saw it, they were like, this is it. And there was actually a lot of fighting between the producer and Wes Craven about the mask, and it was like, it's not scary. Wes Craven was like, trust me. And then once the producers saw the opening scene, they were like, oh, okay, we get it. Scream was released in 1996 and made a good amount of money for a horror film. All in all, there are 4 movies and also a TV show on MTV that went like 2 seasons. Now, are we all feeling prepared? Are we all feeling smarter? Let's get into it. Last place goes to, for reasons of bad bangs, a cheesy ghost mommy, and a really impossible voiceover machine, we obviously have Scream 3 in last place. It's the bummer of the franchise. Everybody knows it. This was also the only film in the franchise not written by Kevin Williamson. It was written by Aaron Kruger, and that is his last name, man, were you made for horror movies. He also wrote the script to The Ring, which was good, but unfortunately the script to Scream 3 is bad. Scream 3 takes us out of Woodsboro and into Hollywood, first mistake, and also takes away all the teenagers, second mistake. Now, who's next, who's next? These middle 2 slots are a little bit more difficult because after Scream 3, the rest of the franchise is pretty solid, I think, but we have to do this. So I'm gonna put it as Scream 2. So this movie is when Sydney, our final girl, goes to college, close enough to teenagers, and there are some new killers in town, and they are going for a solid revenge slasher story. So this Scream is really, really good. I love it. The beginning opening scenes are really good. Maybe not as good as the first movie, but still like pretty awesome. The whole movie theater sequence is super fun. But it has landed its place in our number 3 slot. Now, who is getting first runner-up? Who is it? Who is it, you might ask? It's Scream 4, and you know why? I have one great reason why, and that is because the scene where Emma Roberts beats the shit out of herself is one of the greatest scenes I've ever watched. It really plays with the last 3 movies and has such a good time being Scream. From the opening to the ending, it's just like, we're Scream, hear us roar. It also has some appearances from some horror movie alumni, but I'll get to that in my full review of Scream 4. And welcome to slot number 1, and that is obviously the first Scream. Like, was it a contest? I don't think so. The original Scream will always be my favorite. It is just, it's too good. It's too good. It's too perfect. From the iconic opening scene to the ending final showdown, the movie is so well structured. All the kills are amazing. All the lines are funny. What more could I want? Nothing. Literally nothing. It sets up Sidney Prescott to be my favorite final girl of all time, which I'm gonna make a full video about because I just love her. And there you have it, everyone. So our next video is gonna be a review of the original Scream movie, and I can't wait to see you there. Have a nice Scream. Wow, that sign off is a lot when I'm doing Scream. That's a lot of screams. It's fine.